Hi everyone, so I'm back again to another video. This time I am going to be doing a really simple, quick and easy look. It's not going to be as structured. It's really good for if you're a makeup artist and you're doing bridal parties for bridesmaids and that kind of thing. And as well, if you are just starting out in makeup, it's really easy to follow. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to be using my Illamasqua Hydraveil primer. I use it on the majority of my clients. Use it on myself. You probably know by now because I've used it in every video. Tiny bit. Pop a bit on the cheeks. Chin. And just with a big fluffy brush, I'm just going to pat that in. I normally do my brows first and then I do my eyes, but because this look is quite simple, there's not much going on in it, there's not a lot of colour, we're going to do it the opposite way around and we're going to do the base first and the eyes last. So I'm going to be using my Illamasqua Skin Base, and that is in the shade 5.5. All I'm going to do is just pop it on my face. With my Peaches and Cream PC19 brush, I'm going to press that into my skin. I press it in because it gives you a better coverage. I find that if you rub it, you don't get as good a coverage. I do like a full coverage because, as you can see, I do have freckles, which I like to cover. Just pull it down your neck just a little bit, just so everything all fits in together. I have been out in the sun as well, so I have got a little bit burnt, which is why I pull it down my neck as well. Make sure you get it right into your hairline. Don't worry about getting it in your eyebrows. We do them last. Go. I'm going to use my Illamasqua Skin Base Concealer Pen, and that is in the shade L2. Just give it a couple of clicks. I'm going to do a triangle underneath both eyes, down the middle of your nose, on your chin, and then triangle on your forehead. Just find my brush. There we go. For my concealer, I am going to use the Zoeva 110 Face Shape brush. It looks like this. It's just really stiff bristles, and I find it helps push your concealer where you want it to be. So, just going right up to underneath the eye, pushing it all into your creases and your lines, if you have any. Up my nose. And down your chin. Just turn my light down a little bit. I've got a new light, so I am still working out how it works. Right, so that's concealer on. I am not going to be using a cream contour today. I am going to use powder, and I'm going to be using my MAC Mineralize Skin Finish Powder, and that is in Give Me Sun. There we go. And I'm going to use one of my spankers from Nosh MUA. Absolutely love these brushes because, as you can see, they are flat. I find it gives you a great shape to do your contour. So all I'm going to do, just go down under my cheekbone. If you can't find your cheekbones, suck in your face like a fish. So we're not going to go in too heavy, so I'm just marking out at the minute where I want it. This is going to be more of a natural look. They're everywhere. Just taking that up towards my hairline, making sure it's all blended. And take a little bit on one of my smaller brushes. Again, this is one of the spankers from Nosh MUA. It's a little one. Again, flat, all flat, which is great. I'm just going to go down the sides of my nose. And on the end. Just take it a little bit down the sides, just so you don't look like you've got lines. There we go. Next, I'm going to use another MAC Mineralize powder, and this one is in Medium Plus. And all I'm going to do with this is just set where I put my concealer. You don't have to set, but I like to, because I find if I don't, I do get a lot of creases under my eyes. If you do find you have a lot of creases, a lot of wrinkles under your eye, what I would do is not take your foundation all the way up to your eye. I'd leave a gap and then just put concealer and top with a little bit of translucent powder. And hopefully that should stop your creasing and stop your product from sinking into any lines. Just find that if you've got too much product on, it makes your lines more prominent. So just setting where I put all that concealer. Blush. I'm going to be using the Illamasqua Colour Veil. This is a liquid blush, and this is in in the shade Tonic. These are my new favourite blushes. I absolutely love them. They are brilliant. You need the tiniest bit. So what I do is I get my product from the lid, my brush. As you can see, it's already got on it. Dab it. So it's on your brush. Then what I do is get back your hand, dab that product off. Otherwise, you'd end up with that big blob on your face. So just dab it off and then dab onto your cheeks. Just onto your appley cheeks. So take it slightly into my contour, just so that everything fits in. For the other side, take your product, for the back of your hand, and same on the other side. If you need any more product, again, tap a tiny bit out your lid, onto the back of your hand, just so it don't give you any harsh circles or blobs of colour. There we go. Right. Highlight. There we go. Going to use my trusty LA Splash Lumos palette. As you can see, it's covered in glitter, it's covered in makeup, it's well loved. Want to go for a slightly softer highlight today, so just grab one of my brushes. I'm going to be using this brush, again all flat, and I'm going to take this colour Illuminate, which is more of a champagne-y kind of colour. So if you're doing simple day look, or if you're doing bridal, you don't want a great deal of highlight. I'm just going to take that, and all I'm going to do is very lightly just go along my cheek. Just to give you a tiny bit of glow. That's all we want. Tiny bit on the tip of your nose, and on the bridge. Cupid's bow. Tiniest bit, otherwise it can look like you're sweating rather than giving you a glow. Tiny bit above your brows. Again, I find that it just gives your face that little bit of dimension and gives you that healthy glow. There we go. Look a little bit crazy with a full face on and no eyes. Right, eyes. I'm going to be using my Morphe palette, and this is the 35V. It's got some amazing colours. The first colour I'm going to be going in with is, I'll show you, this colour. I don't have the insert for it, so I can't tell you what the shade name actually is. I'm going to use a fluffy brush. It has been cleaned, it's just stained. Take that product on my brush. And I'm just going to put some of that onto my lid. Normally I'd use a base, but I have put foundation onto my lid, and it's not a heavy look, so we don't need that base. Same on the other eye. Just applying this all over the lid. There we go. Let's get a clean brush. These brushes that I'm using are all peaches and cream brushes. That last brush was the PC11 and this one is the PC37. There we go. Next shade I'm going to go in with, let's see, is going to be this shade. So we are doing a really soft daytime look. Just going to go into the crease. Small circular motions. Just spreading that along your crease. So you want to use a tiny bit of product at a time. And we can build it up. Just keep dipping into that colour until you're happy. Same on the other side, into your socket. Keep checking, obviously compared to your other eyes, you can see this eye is a little bit higher than this one. So I'm just going to go back in with some colour and take that a little bit higher. There we go. The next shade we're going to be going in with is a slightly darker shade. It's going to be this one. Again, don't go into weather with this because it is a dark colour. All we're going to do is just go underneath this socket colour and into the corner just to darken it up and give it a little bit of depth. So just dab that on. You can see already the difference between this eye and this eye. So we don't need to take it too high, we're just taking it up to the crease. Just so it meets this colour that we used. Don't worry about this bit under the eye, because we are going to take it a little bit underneath. Do the same on this eye. You just keep checking with your eyes that they do match. There we go. Just going to go back in with some of that original colour. Just up here, just to blend it all together. Just gone back around the edge, just to soften it up. Don't worry about this part of the eye because we are going to be taking some of that off. Right, what I'm doing now is take a small amount of Plouise base, that is shade 2, and I'm going to take my Real Techniques brush, this is a shading brush, and take a tiny amount of product, just wiping it back off your brush, and all I'm going to do is just go in to this first bit. Wipe off your product if there is too much on. And I'm just patting that onto my eyelid so that it blends in with the other colour. And you don't have that harsh cut crease, because that's not what we're going for. We want a really soft, subtle, pretty look. Again, same on this side. If you have got a lot of product on your brush, just wipe it off on the back of your hand. If you find that they don't match, or if you've took one too far, all you need to do is get your brush, which has got the dark colour on. Don't need any more product on it. Just wipe off any excess. And all we're going to do is just dab it. There we go. Right, I'm now going to go in with, I want something a little bit sparkly, but not too much. So I'm going to take this shade. which you can really see it, but it's sort of like a champagne colour. And I'm going to use, when I can find my brush, what's it? A Morphe brush. I can't see the number on this one, so I can't tell you what it is, but it's a flat brush. I'm going to take some of that colour, and then all I'm going to do is just dab it on top of the base, because all we want to do is just give it a little bit of shimmer. And just take it onto the edge with that colour. And same on this eye. You can go back in and out as many times as you need until you're happy. So I'm happy with that. That's it. Don't worry about underneath, because we are going to be putting some product underneath. If I'm happy, then I'm not happy. That's better. I am going to be putting some lashes on with this look. They are going to be quite subtle, so just going to use my Avon True Ultra Volume mascara. Doesn't matter what mascara you put on, because all it's doing is just moving any product off of your lashes, and it helps to stick your falsies on. Well, I find they help stick on anyway. There we go. The lashes I'm going to be using today are Unicorn Cosmetic lashes. These are in the shade Lash of the Day. They are amazing. Like I say, they're not too much, they're just enough. I have used these on my brides. They look really nice. Just give me 3 weeks to get them out. What I'll do is I get a pair of tweezers. Make sure that you do measure the lash, because obviously everybody hasn't got the same shape and length of eye. You may need to trim it. If you do need to trim it, make sure that you do it from the outer edge of the lash, not the inner. So as you can see, the inner side of the lash is made smaller to match your inner lash. And all you want to do to measure it is just pop it on top of your eyelash. You can see, as you can see on mine, it doesn't need cutting down, it does fit. So I'm going to stick some glue on. I am currently using the Duo Brush On Lash Glue. This one is black. You're probably better off with the white one. I just seem to like the black. I don't know why. I do find though, if you are doing quite a light look, you need to be careful, because the black glue does transfer onto your eye black. Again, I'm just going to get the other lash, and I'm going to pop some glue on. There we go. Now you want to let that glue go tacky before you put it on, otherwise they will just slide around on top of your lashes and make it very difficult. Just want to give them a few seconds, and then all we're going to do, when I get my mirror, because I'm just not organised today. If you've seen any of my other videos, you probably know all this by now. But head straight forward, mirror, underneath, So what you're doing is you're looking down into your mirror, and then you're going to take your lash and you're just going to place it on top of your lashes. You don't want to fix it down, you just want to place it, make sure it's in the right place. So all I've done is just set the lash on top. I haven't done anything else. Once you're happy with where it's sitting, I'm just going to move that just a tiny bit. There we go. Once you're happy with where it's sat, then you can start moving it about and pressing it down. There we go. I'm just pressing that down onto my lash. Then what I like to do, not everybody does because a lot of people don't like being near their eyes, is I like to press together the fake lash with my lash so it sticks, because you find in this corner mine likes to stick up because I haven't got many lashes on that inner corner, so I do particularly like to stick that bit together just to keep it where it needs to be. There we go. And I'm just going to leave that one to dry while I pop on my other one. Again, same again, just place it on top. And once you're happy with where it sits, which I am not, so I'm just going to pull off. Then you can start manoeuvring it about to where you want it. Just going to pop a little bit more glue just on this inner corner because it's popped up. I just get one lash that goes on really easy and then one not so much. This is the time where it's not a good idea to be using black glue. Just popping a bit more glue onto the band, and I'm just going to let that dry a few seconds. Yeah. Right, I'm just going to take a little bit of mascara and just do these inner corner lashes. There we go. I am going to do a little bit of liner just to blend in and just make the lash band just a little bit thicker. So I'm going to use Louise's Badda Black Base. It's amazing to use as a liner. I love it. Okay, tiny bit onto the back of your hand. And then using my Acid Rain brush, the angled liner brush, It is super, super thin on the end. Let's see. All I'm going to do is just join down to that corner. Just going to do a really thin line just above my lashes. You can do this before you put lashes on. I don't, just because I can see how thick I need to do it once I've got the lash on. I do have hooded eyes, so I'm not going to be doing no big fancy wing. I'm just going to do a tiny, tiny little flick. So you barely see it because I've got hooded eyes, which is why I don't do big fancy ones. Just going over that liner, just kneading it up just a little bit. There we go. What I am going to do is I am going to set that with some eyeshadow, just so it doesn't transfer. So, let's get black eyeshadow. Just using the black from my Morphe palette. Just taking the tiniest bit, and I'm just pressing that on top. Because I don't want it to transfer anywhere else, which is why I'm setting it. I also find that it does last longer as well if you do set it. There we go. Same on this eye. I'm trying to do it where you can see without my mirror being in the way. Looks a tiny little wing. If you're not confident doing liner, you don't have to do it. I just like to add it on because I find it just finishes off the eye. Again, I'm going to set with a black eyeshadow. There we go. Now you can go in on your waterline with a black liner if you want to give it a little bit of a darker look. I am gonna use this natural skin coloured eyeliner from Primark, because I find that it does just brighten up your eyes a little bit. There we go. Same on this eye. There we go. Before I put mascara on my bottom lashes, I am going to do the underneath of my eye with some eyeshadow. Find a brush. Can I never find my brush when I want it? Oh, there we go. All I'm going to do is take some of the middle shade, which we use, which is this one. I'm just going to pop a little bit just on the underneath of my eye. So we don't want it too dark. There we go. Then back to mascara. Yeah. There we go. That finishes your eyes. Brows. Normally on my brows I use a pomade and I structure out my brows. But because we've gone for a softer look, I'm not going to do that this time. So I'm just going to brush my brows up. I don't have many brows because of natural hairs, because I had them microbladed. Well, I ain't got many hairs because I had them microbladed. I just didn't have many to start with. What I'm going to do is, using my MAC eyebrow styler in Spiked, is I'm just going to go underneath. All I'm doing is just making the shape underneath. Just makes everything look a little bit neater to compare the two. And then just going to do a few really light brush strokes just at the beginning. And same on this side. Just going underneath. I have actually got one brow that's a little bit longer than the other, so I just have to pull it down a little bit. And just on the side of that pencil, I'm just showing in these hairs. I use the side of the pencil because you get a thinner mark. Now this is what would be a fluffy brow. As I say, I don't particularly have many natural hairs. It's not going to be very fluffy. I'm then going to take my NYX tinted brown mascara, and this is in the shade Espresso. And all I'm going to do is just pop a little bit to fill in my brows. So then you've still got that natural look to your brows. They're just not as filled in and as structured as what they would be doing them the other way. Gives a more natural look. And then for lips, we are going to use decisions. I'm going to use my NYX lip pencil, and this is in the shade Natural. I do overline my lips slightly, just because mine are tiny. And then for a lipstick, what shall we use? I'm going to use this one. This is a MAC satin lipstick, and it's in the shade Siss. It's just a nudie brown. Like I say, it's really natural, so we don't want too much going off. I'm then going to put a little bit of gloss on from Peaches and Cream, and this is in the shade Honey. There we go. Just make sure you do take it all the way up to your edge of your lip liner as well, otherwise you have this disconnect between your liner and your lips. So you don't have to overline. I just do because I've got world's smallest lips. I'm going to set it all with my NYX Matte Finish setting spray. I do have their dewy one as well. I just prefer matte finish, so just move your hair out of the way. Just give it a couple of sprays. Let that dry. And there you go, that is the finished look. So, quite subtle. You can do this as subtle or as bright as you'd want it. Obviously for weddings and things like that, I do tend to it a little bit subtler, but I'm not a nudie plain kind of person, as you've probably seen from my other videos. That is it from me. I will be doing some more videos and I will upload them at some point. So yeah, thanks for watching and I'll see you all soon.